HESI A2 Anatomy and Physiology quiz. Question 1. Which option identifies the tissue or membrane associated with reducing friction around moving organs? In both clues, it lines closed ventral cavities and covers organs, and it produces a thin lubricating fluid between two layers? Option A, stratified squamous epithelium. Option B, dense irregular connective tissue. Option C, serous membrane. Option D, simple cuboidal epithelium. The correct answer is option C, serous membrane. The function described is that this tissue or membrane lines closed ventral cavities and covers organs. A second identifying feature is that it produces a thin lubricating fluid between two layers. Together, the two clues explain the role in reducing friction around moving organs. Question 2. Which option identifies the process whose key function is, detects a change in an internal or external condition? Option A, peristalsis. Option B, inhalation. Option C, receptor. Option D, anticodon. The correct answer is option C, receptor. This process detects a change in an internal or external condition. It provides input to a regulatory control center. These linked features explain the role in initiating a homeostatic response. Question 3. A physiology item gives two clues. They form the long framework of the forefoot, and they lie between the tarsals and toe bones. Which option identifies the bones? Option A, sacrum. Option B, tibia. Option C, atlas. Option D, metatarsals. The correct answer is option D, metatarsals. The role tested here involves supporting the arches of the foot. These bones form the long framework of the forefoot. They can also be identified because they lie between the tarsals and toe bones. Stressed about your HESI A2? We can take HESI A2 for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 4. Which option identifies the tissue or membrane with this feature? It contains interwoven collagen bundles. Option A, dense irregular connective tissue. Option B, simple columnar epithelium. Option C, areolar connective tissue. Option D, dense regular connective tissue. The correct answer is option A, dense irregular connective tissue. This tissue or membrane participates in forming much of the dermis. It resists stress from several directions, and it contains interwoven collagen bundles. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 5. A learner connects the clues, condenses chromatin and begins spindle formation, and also includes breakdown of the nuclear envelope later in the stage. Which option best matches both clues? Option A, G2 phase. Option B, interphase. Option C, prophase. Option D, S phase. The correct answer is option C, prophase. The function described is that this phase condenses chromatin and begins spindle formation. A second identifying feature is that it also includes breakdown of the nuclear envelope later in the stage. Together, the two clues explain the role in starting mitosis. Question 6. Which option identifies the structure that processes body sensations and spatial awareness? Option A, thyroid follicle. Option B, choroid. Option C, malleus. Option D, parietal lobe. The correct answer is option D, parietal lobe. This structure processes body sensations and spatial awareness. It contains the primary somatosensory cortex. These linked features explain the role in interpreting touch and position. Question 7. A student is reviewing a concept involved in supporting the external ear. Which option identifies the tissue or membrane with this function, maintains shape while allowing flexibility? Option A, simple squamous epithelium. Option B, transitional epithelium. Option C, nervous tissue. Option D, elastic cartilage. The correct answer is option D, elastic cartilage. The role tested here involves supporting the external ear. This tissue or membrane maintains shape while allowing flexibility. It can also be identified because it contains abundant elastic fibers. Question 8. A review item describes a structure that helps maintain posture and muscle tone. Which option identifies it? Option A, malleus. Option B, stretch reflex. Option C, withdrawal reflex. Option D, spinal cord. The correct answer is option B, stretch reflex. For responding to a tendon tap, this structure contracts a muscle when it is lengthened. It can also be recognized because it helps maintain posture and muscle tone. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations. Are you looking for HESI A2 actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access HESI A2 study guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get HESI A2 answer key today. Question 9. Which option identifies the tissue or membrane most directly associated with coordinating rapid communication in this function, detects stimuli and transmits electrical signals? Option A. Nervous tissue. Option B. Serous membrane. Option C. Stratified squamous epithelium. Option D. Cutaneous membrane. The correct answer is option A. Nervous tissue. This tissue or membrane participates in coordinating rapid communication. It detects stimuli and transmits electrical signals, and it contains neurons supported by glial cells. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 10. Which option identifies the bones most directly associated with supporting hand function and this function form the framework of the palm? Option A. Maxilla. Option B. Talus. Option C. Metacarpals. Option D. Ethmoid bone. The correct answer is option C, metacarpals. These bones participate in supporting hand function. They form the framework of the palm, and they lie between the wrist bones and finger bones. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 11. Which option identifies the neural structure or cell most important for connecting neural pathways because it transfers information from one cell to another? Option A, interneuron. Option B, axon terminal. Option C, ependymal cell. Option D, synapse. The correct answer is option D, synapse. A key clue is that this neural structure or cell may use neurotransmitter release across a narrow cleft. It also transfers information from one cell to another. That combination is central to connecting neural pathways. Question 12. A student is reviewing a concept involved in exporting hormones or neurotransmitters. Which option identifies the cell structure with this function, stores products before release from the cell? Option A, secretory vesicle. Option B, a ribosome. Option C, plasma membrane. Option D, rough endoplasmic reticulum. The correct answer is option A, secretory vesicle. The role tested here involves exporting hormones or neurotransmitters. This cell structure stores products before release from the cell. It can also be identified because it fuses with the plasma membrane during exocytosis. Question 13. Which option identifies the hormone whose key function is, raises blood glucose by promoting hepatic glycogen breakdown and glucose production? Option A, estrogen. Option B, glucagon. Option C, insulin. Option D, cortisol. The correct answer is option B, glucagon. This hormone raises blood glucose by promoting hepatic glycogen breakdown and glucose production. It is released by pancreatic alpha cells during fasting. These linked features explain the role in maintaining fuel balance. Question 14. Which option identifies the electrical process with this feature? It usually reflects rapid sodium entry during the rising phase of a neuronal action potential. Option A, depolarization. Option B, excitatory postsynaptic potential. Option C, hyperpolarization. Option D, resting membrane potential. The correct answer is option A, depolarization. This electrical process participates in producing an electrical impulse. It makes the membrane potential less negative, and it usually reflects rapid sodium entry during the rising phase of a neuronal action potential. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 15. Impairment of which bone would most directly prevent the following function, forms the lower jaw and supports lower teeth? Option A, coxal bone. Option B, mandible. Option C, patella. Option D, carpals. The correct answer is option B, mandible. A key clue is that this bone is the only freely movable bone of the skull. It also forms the lower jaw and supports lower teeth. That combination is central to supporting chewing and speech. Question 16. Which option identifies the cavity that contains digestive, urinary, and reproductive organs? Option A, abdominopelvic cavity. Option B, vertebral cavity. Option C, thoracic cavity. Option D, pleural cavity. The correct answer is option A, abdominopelvic cavity. This cavity contains digestive, urinary, and reproductive organs. It extends from the diaphragm to the pelvic floor. These linked features explain the role in describing the largest ventral cavity below the thorax. Question 17. Impairment of which process would most directly prevent the following function? Moves dietary iron mainly through the duodenum. Option A, gluconeogenesis. Option B, inhalation. Option C, iron absorption. Option D, control center. The correct answer is option C, iron absorption. A key clue is that this process is regulated according to body stores and transported in blood by a binding protein. It also moves dietary iron mainly through the duodenum. That combination is central to supporting hemoglobin production. Question 18. Which option identifies the muscle most important for bending the elbow because it acts as a strong elbow flexor in any forearm position? Option A, brachialis. Option B, gastrocnemius. Option C, soleus. Option D, gluteus medius. The correct answer is option A, brachialis. A key clue is that this muscle lies deep to the biceps on the anterior arm. It also acts as a strong elbow flexor in any forearm position. That combination is central to bending the elbow.
Stressed about your NA-CCMA? We can take NA-CCMA for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done.
Question 19. A learner connects the clues, detects mainly horizontal linear acceleration and head tilt, and contains an otolith organ within the vestibule. Which option best matches both clues? Option A, choroid plexus. Option B, Broca area. Option C, utricle. Option D, pons. The correct answer is option C, utricle. The function described is that this structure detects mainly horizontal linear acceleration and head tilt. A second identifying feature is that it contains an otolith organ within the vestibule. Together, the two clues explain the role in supporting balance. Question 20. Which option identifies the structure best matching this description? It forms ascending and descending tracts around spinal gray matter, and it contains many myelinated axons. Option A, sinoatrial node. Option B, cerebellum. Option C, amygdala. Option D, white matter. The correct answer is option D, white matter. For conducting signals over distance, this structure contains many myelinated axons. It can also be recognized because it forms ascending and descending tracts around spinal gray matter. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations. Question 21. A student is reviewing a concept involved in controlling metabolism at body temperature. Which option identifies the chemical concept with this function, accelerates a chemical reaction without being consumed? Option A, carbohydrate. Option B, enzyme. Option C, a molecule. Option D, a water. The correct answer is option B, enzyme. The role tested here involves controlling metabolism at body temperature. This chemical concept accelerates a chemical reaction without being consumed. It can also be identified because it lowers activation energy and usually acts on specific substrates. Question 22. A review item describes a blood component that contains prominent red-orange granules. Which option identifies it? Option A, eosinophil. Option B, lymphocyte. Option C, erythrocyte. Option D, basophil. The correct answer is option A, eosinophil. For supporting specialized immune defense, this blood component helps defend against parasites and participates in allergic responses. It can also be recognized because it contains prominent red-orange granules. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations. Question 23. Which option identifies the bone that provides a broad surface for shoulder muscles and articulates with the humerus? Option A, lumbar vertebra. Option B, scapula. Option C, floating rib. Option D, hyoid bone. The correct answer is option B, scapula. This bone provides a broad surface for shoulder muscles and articulates with the humerus. It contains the glenoid cavity, spine, and acromion. These linked features explain the role in forming the pectoral girdle. Question 24. Which option identifies the digestive enzyme associated with digesting nucleic acids in both clues? It breaks DNA and RNA into smaller components, and it is released by the pancreas into the small intestine? Option A, peptidase. Option B, nuclease. Option C, a lingual lipase. Option D, chymotrypsin. The correct answer is option B, nuclease. The function described is that this digestive enzyme breaks DNA and RNA into smaller components. A second identifying feature is that it is released by the pancreas into the small intestine. Together, the two clues explain the role in digesting nucleic acids. Question 25. Which option identifies the respiratory structure with this feature? It is wider, shorter, and more vertical than its partner? Option A, tight bialveolar cell. Option B, vocal fold. Option C, oropharynx. Option D, right main bronchus. The correct answer is option D, right main bronchus. This respiratory structure participates in explaining the common path of aspirated objects. It conducts air into the right lung, and it is wider, shorter, and more vertical than its partner. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices.